January 8th, 2022. I have to be quiet. No one's telling me to be quiet, but there's no background noise. So I don't know how well my voice carries. So I don't feel like being heard, or potentially, people being able to hear what I'm saying. I don't think I can be heard. I don't think it travels that well. But I don't need to take any chances either. I don't like it when people are home when I'm recording, or especially if I can detect activity. It's like, so it's a little bit of concern about privacy, I guess. So anyway, I didn't really have much to say. I just wanted to, this is completing 1 year of this active channel. Tomorrow will be the anniversary of the first video that I recorded up in Wisconsin on January 9th of 2021. So this is January 8th of 2022. So that's one trip around the sun. I don't know. It just seemed like something. So that got me thinking about other things, and just days. And so since September 28th of 2019, when I quit smoking, it's 833 days. And since my sobriety date of August 5th, 2016, that's 1,982 days. So if I make it to January 26th, that'll be 2,000 days since my sobriety date. And the reason I use quotes is because that's just an arbitrary date, and it's not necessarily, it's just a date that you choose and then you just stick with, as it was explained to me. But that was the day of my admittance into treatment. And but the actual day of when I fell down, that was actually, just happened to be July 4th of 2016. So a full month before I actually made it to treatment. So, and the only reason I did choose that as my sobriety date was because I didn't have a choice about it. It was happening whether or not I wanted it to, or there was no choice involved. I was not involved at all. And then I was in a coma for a while, and then I was highly medicated for a while. So there wasn't much decision making, and there were other things going on. And so anyway, my sobriety date I chose after a little bit of choosing, not too long, but I just picked a day because it seemed like a good one. It seemed like that's one that other people do. So it's like, sure, why not? I wasn't really planning on living anyway, or wasn't sure if systems were going to come back online. I didn't feel, I wasn't sure, and it was scary to not be sure. But other people seemed to think it was like normal, so it's like, okay, this whole feeling like you're going to die, that's normal. Okay, I'll just go with it. So anyway, so I'll make a video tomorrow too. But today was just, I had some thoughts. That's it. I don't know. I feel okay. There's not much going on different than normal. It was cold, really cold for a couple days. The power went out at work. I wrote about that and some other things. I have no idea what's going on, if anything's going on. I'm kind of thinking that nothing's going on, and that nothing has been going on for a long time. And it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. I don't even know what that means. But it feels like I am speaking in my own language, and I'm trying to teach it to other people, but it's confusing. So it's like my writing and stuff, and this included. It's like they kind of complement each other. It's like this is what it was like for him. This is the reality he experienced every day. It wasn't like just some days are better than others, but typically not sure about what's going on, and trying not to think about it or worry about it too much, and just focus on what I do know how to do, and not becoming overwhelmed by all the things that are going on that I can't handle or don't know how to handle, including in all the other things too. It's like I'd like to expand my capabilities. But I just don't know how. I run into my own obstacles, and I meet adversity, and then if it's too much, then I withdraw, I retreat, especially when I feel like I've made somebody angry, or have offended somebody or done them harm, or if I get to the point where it's like, I have no idea. I'll just leave them alone. And then, for all I know, they think that my sudden change in tact and posture, they might think that it's because they've done something wrong, and then I'm angry at them. Or it's more like, I have no idea what the situation is, so I've just stopped and just gone into a neutral. And without engagement, it could just never go anywhere. It could just stay there and just completely just gone. Because it's like, and maybe that's just how it is. Because, I've done that. Been on the receiving end of other people wanting attention from me that I don't feel like I'm capable of giving them. Or they want more of me than I want or have available. And I just kind of shut down on them and make myself less available in hopes that they replace me with somebody else who is available, who does have time, who wants to spend time with them. Find other people, find other friends. with similar interests and conversation. So I kind of recognize that when it's, I don't like it, but I kind of recognize it when it's, I'm on the receiving end. It's like, okay. And it's like, to each their own. People make choices. And it makes me feel like, oh, I'm just not interesting enough. Poor me. What does it take? And I wonder if it's not, and I wonder about like my approachability. I am not very approachable because I run out of material and I get tired very quickly as far as conversation goes. If there's just not that chemistry or spark or energy there, it grows wearisome and tiresome. It's hard to keep it going. And especially if it's just like, writing. There's no direct connection because I get a lot out of voice and visual. So when it's just words, it's like I was thinking about the Turing test. It's like I could just be, writing to an AI of some kind for all I know. And I would know the difference. So that's a little bit disturbing. So right now, I guess I am just leaving them alone, which I asked them if they wanted me to leave them alone. What seems like a long time ago, but it was probably only less than 6 months. We haven't really been talking at all in any form. And I said at that time, no, they didn't. But now I didn't ask them this time. I'm just leaving them alone. I just made the decision on my own that is for the best. Because when I officially unfriended them, or just got tired, I was upset about all the things that I don't know, and them not communicating or talking with me, and like, what's the point? I'll just unfriend them. Just cut it. Done. That didn't go over well, and I didn't like it. And then I spent, and still spending a lot of time trying to understand what led up to that and why. And then after, why it was so important for me to, it's like that, all of it doesn't make sense. But, and I learned from that what significance, what true significance they mean. I didn't know that until I had severed connection. And I was like, oh no. Of course, there's no way for me to know that in advance. So it's like, no matter what's going on or not going on right now, it's like, I have. It's like I'm on board. And it's like I need to remain steadfast, the constant, the variable constant, or the constant variable. But I just really can't afford to go on emotional tangents and act volatile or caustic. I can, but at what cost? And does it help me in any way? No. Sure, I want to vent, but I can vent in private. I don't have to take it out on anybody and inflict nasty, poisonous thoughts on anybody when they didn't mean anything. They truly didn't, and they're just being themselves, and it's their way of being and their way of communicating, and they need time and space and boundary and privacy and all that stuff. And if that doesn't work for me, then it doesn't work for me. And there are plenty of other people that I can, meet, introduce myself to, share my story, come, if that's what I want. So it's not like they've got me. I'm free to do what I want to do, and I think they'd be more than happy if that's exactly what I did do. Because I don't think they really want all the attention that I have available. I have too much attention. So, it's okay. It's okay. I don't understand, but that's okay too. I'm never going to. I am not fully able to understand certain complicated situations because I don't have the full picture, as far as like all the different stuff that's going on, and it would just take too much time. And if they don't have time to integrate and involve me, to educate me into who they are and how they are as a person, because they don't want to, or they don't have time to, or they don't have, it's like, that's their choice of who they include, who they inform, who they involve in their life. And if I'm just relegated to a certain subclassification of friend zone, then never to ever rise in tier to something more approachable. I don't know. I guess that's could be a blessing in disguise, or it could be quite a loss. Because I still think a collaboration of some kind I don't know. I definitely think that there is some beneficial cooperation. That I know there's stuff I can learn from them, and I'm pretty sure there's stuff that they can learn from me. And I enjoy their perspective. But I was thinking about how much would I even belong. I'm pretty sure that it would be very difficult. And I just don't see how they would even transition. They don't belong in my world. And I just don't see it. I can't imagine. And I also would have difficulty even seeing how I would be able to transition and belong in their world. It's just too different, I think. But then I've transitioned into more difficult situations before and been able to find a way. And that's where it's like my belief comes from. It's about finding a way. It's like if wanted enough, it's possible. But if I'm not wanted, or I don't want it, then I'm not going to try. It's like I'm not going to invest or seek possibilities or imagine or dream up solutions. So it's just like I'll just walk away. So that's why it's like right now, it's like I've already kind of decided that I'm not going to write for them anymore. I'm still going to write. I'm going to write for myself. Go back to, just writing like how I used to. And it's pretty easy too, because they've kind of disconnected me from their own writing, which they're kind of on break from anyway. But I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe they recognized that it was having a deleterious effect on my ability to know, because they were always talking about And I didn't understand the audience who was being talked to, who wasn't. It's like I was getting myself confused in there. And I don't think any of it ever had anything to do with me, or maybe it was mentioned every now and again, but I wasn't sure. And I was writing as if, and it was getting very strange. But strange is good, and it produced interesting results. Possibly dangerous. Dangerous to me, dangerous to them. So, kind of a separation was placed. Partitioning segments of reality. So, anyway, we'll see what happens. They're still doing okay, so that's important. And I'm keeping my distance, and that's important. It matters to me more that it matters to me more about how they're doing than my own feelings on the matter. I think I have a better go of it. I wouldn't say I have an easier time with how everything is, but I've just got, I don't know. I've just been dealing with myself for longer. You know, as far as, I've been on 43 years old, and they're younger than me. So I've just been dealing with myself for longer. Doesn't make me, smarter. I've just got more time. And, I've got my set of experience, and they've got theirs. And who can say which? It's just the spectrum of experience, really. As I don't have all the relationship experience, and they don't have all the, the difference experiences. So that's where that collaboration, they know a lot of stuff that I don't know. And I don't know what I know that's different, but I think that I know stuff that they might not know. So there's like that shared, it's like a survival mechanic. And I find that exciting. It's, I can't pass it on. That opportunity of education. Yeah. So, I can't afford to give in to emotional, I don't know what the word is. Recklessness. I can, but I think I've already lost a piece of their trust that I cannot get back. Because I've shown myself to be or possess a certain quality of leaving when times get rough, when times, and it doesn't matter if it was preempted by all the whatevers, that all the not knowings and all the uncertainties, and it still doesn't matter. But I, showed that. Yeah. So that might be just like, just like everybody else. Leaves, abandons, without saying anything. But I had been saying things for months leading up to, kind of hinting, dropping cues, but they might not have noticed. So, from their perspective, it might have just appeared like it was out of nowhere. Those emotional accumulations, aggregate. So, anyway. And I'm sure they have the same thing, I just don't know about it. So there's things that I've done that haven't gone over well. And it would explain lots of things about why things are, but I just don't know it. So to me it appears kind of random or mysterious or unprovoked. But to them, it makes perfect sense. It's just I don't know what that sense is. Just like they don't know what my sense is. So. And I probably never will. And I have to be okay with that. I don't like it. I would like to know their sense. I'm slowly getting an idea of it. But don't say anything. I know more than what they think. So, anyway, I should go.